many people will pick up this book for its celebrity value. It's true that my gangster lifestyle has led me to cross paths with some of the biggest names in the history of hip-hop: Tupac Shakur, Christopher, Notorious B.I.G., Wallace, Sean Puffy Combs, and Marion Knight, resulting in a massive collision with fatal consequences. I mourn, like millions of others, the loss of two hip-hop giants, Tupac and Biggie, and the impact their losses had on their families and fans. My reality, however, doesn't allow me to give a fuck about the celebrity aspect of this story. Never have and never will. What I do care genuinely about and hold in high esteem are the values of love, family, unity, brotherhood, loyalty, trust, and honor. That is what this story is about. It's been more than 20 years since the premature, yet understandable, deaths of Tupac and Biggie occurred. Premature, because as talented and influential as both men were, they were killed long before either of them had a chance to reach their full potential. Understandable, because in the streets, and I've lived a gangster lifestyle for most of my life, there's a strict code that real niggas live, kill, and die by. Tupac's and Biggie's deaths were direct results of that code violation and the explosive consequences when the powerful worlds of the streets, entertainment, and crooked-ass law enforcement collide. In the past couple of years, there have been several TV specials, documentaries, newspaper and magazine articles, and numerous websites dedicated to the subject of who killed Biggie and Tupac. But at the end of the day, none of the private investigators, retired police officers, informants, hip-hop heads, actors, or academics who have weighed in on the topic know what happened and the reasons behind it. None of them were there. I'm one of the only living eyewitnesses to Tupac's killing who also knows the much larger story around the reasons why both Tupac and Biggie were killed. I was considered a prime suspect in both the Biggie and Tupac killings for years. I know the real fucking story. I admittedly lived most of my life as a gangster, a real gangster that did all the shit that real gangsters do. Not the bullshit you see in this generation where everybody faking with all this Instagram shit. So I'm not trying to paint myself as a fucking saint. I'm well aware that I'm a walking miracle, and I thank my Lord for his 2. Love, mercy, and grace. I could very easily be sitting in a federal penitentiary in Terre Haute, or Marion shackled with the death penalty, waiting in misery for my name and number to be called. Instead, I finally get the opportunity to tell my side of the story. This process has been therapeutic for me, because I've been carrying the shit with me for all of these years. People out there who play dirty are putting salt on my name, character, and reputation, yet I am the only one looking dirty in this shit. People judge and develop opinions based on the bullshit they've heard about me without knowing the full story. They don't know what I was up against. The FBI did me like they did to John Gotti, and they're trying to do Donald Trump. They flipped all the bottom feeders underneath me, then came and got me. But when the police that were involved with this case tell their stories, they protect everybody else's identities, except mine. The most challenging part about telling the story is that some of the guys who ended up betraying me were the closest friends I had on earth. In fact, some were even members of my own family. I tell my story with utmost confidence, because as Winston Churchill once said, the truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. I'm a good person who, the truth will reveal, saved a lot of 3 lives and helped a lot of people. I helped Shuj. He knows I helped him get on his feet and get death row going from my hard-earned street shit. Then he turned around and tried to disrespect the game. I helped Puffy. He knows I was there for him when he needed help. There's no fucking way he can deny it. He's going to shiver in his boots if he ever sees me. I have a whole gang of dudes from my hood and from Grape Street that can verify and confirm our dealings. I'm not going to say their names unless it's time to mention their names. I want to make one more point super clear. I've seen the little shit some of these punk-ass rappers, boxers, and other wannabe tough celebrities have written on the internet talking about they are gangsters for Tupac. I want to make it clear that while I've made a lot of changes in my life and heart, I'm not one to play with. You can go up against these streets if you want to, but I guarantee you won't win. It's time for me to set the story straight. Gangbanging is male love pushed to its limits. As insane as it may seem, it's all based on love. There's a lot of qualities that these young brothers that you may look down upon have. Somebody could come in your house and kill your wife and your children, and you wouldn't do shit. You'd sit on your ass. These brothers aren't having that. A lot of us wish we had it. To the layman, it will look like it's a world based on hate, but it's not. It's based on love. Ice-T, Uprising, Crips and Blood.